Hello, I'm Stephen Mayu, and you're watching thebestjs.com. Okay, in the last video I explained that JavaScript classes are a new feature to the language. They were introduced in ES6, and that's the newest version of JavaScript. But before we actually implement classes and learn about them, I want to talk about how we did something similar with ES5, the previous version of JavaScript. And we didn't have classes back in the day, but we had something called function constructors. And function constructors are functions that would create objects for us. So let's create a function constructor and test it out in the console. All right, so I'm going to create a function. We'll call it person. And that will take two arguments, a first name and a last name. Okay? And this person object is going to have several properties and methods. So the properties will be this.firstName, and that will be equal to first name. And this.lastName will be equal to last name. And let's just suppose, for instance, this person does not have a job. This person is a student and doesn't work. So this.hasJob equals false. Okay? So anytime you see this keyword in JavaScript, okay, that is, well, at least in a function constructor, that is going to point to a specific instance of this constructor. And we'll talk about what that means in just a moment, but just know that this is talking about a specific person, one person. Okay, everybody in the world, you know, they have unique characteristics and we're not all the same. And these are properties. So properties, they have values like strings and booleans and numbers and other types of data. Now, we can also give our person different methods, and methods are just functions. Okay, so let's write a couple of methods and then we'll test it out in the browser. So this.fullName will be a function, and you can guess that it will return the first name and the last name combined with just a space. So we'll say return this.firstName. Oops. We'll put in a little space right there. I prefer single quotes in my JavaScript. And this.lastName. Okay, that's looking good. Let's write a couple of other methods right here. This.setFirstName. Okay, if we want to change the first name. Okay, then we'll just reassign this.firstName. And let's do the same thing for the last name. This.setLastName. Okay. And we're resetting it right here. Okay, now we'll take a look at this. I'm going to copy and paste this in my browser. I'm going to come over here to a blank page. The URL is just about:blank. It's literally nothing. And what I'm going to do is right-click anywhere on here, choose Inspect, and your dev tools are going to come up. And nothing is in here, but I'm just going to open the console right there. And for some of you, maybe your dev tools are going to pop out to the side or to the bottom. But if you click on the three little dots right here, you can pop it out, and then you can really see it more clearly. It'll take up your whole screen. And I'm going to paste the code that we've just written in our text editors, and I'll blow that up so it's a bit clearer to see. All right, and you'll get undefined, but that's totally okay. Now let's create a person object. So I'm going to say var person1 equals new person. And I have to give it a couple of arguments. So Stephen Mayu. Okay. All right, and now let's see person1. Okay, there is person1. Okay, it's an instance of this person function constructor, And look at that, it's an object. It's got the curly braces, and we were able to create an object using a function constructor. So we got a couple of properties here, and we can very well do this as many times as we want to. So we'll say new person. Okay, and let's say Bill Gates. Okay. And there it is, a new object. And we can see the different properties of these people. Let's go to person2.lastname. Let's try that out. And there it is. And let me just clear it out here. Okay. Oops. Sorry, I'm going to Command K. There we go. And let's see here. We'll say person1 dot, let's see, full name. Now this is a method, so I have to invoke it, and there it is. And I can person.1 set first name. Okay, let's give it Steve instead of Steven. Many people call me that. And if I run full name again, it's Steve Mayu now. And if I run first name, it should be Steve and not Steven. Okay, so coming back to the terminal right here, all of these properties and all of these methods, they are public. And it's possible to work with private variables in a function constructor as well. So anything that's prepended, anything that begins with this keyword is going to be public and made available. But there may be some instances where you want to keep some variables and some data private. Well, if that's the case, just declare a regular variable inside of your function constructor. So for example, if we say var secret equals tacos are love, I really love tacos, we'll come back, we'll just reset everything. And we're going to just paste that again. Now we have the secret in there. All right, I'm going to say var person, we'll say var person3. It'll be a new person. We'll say, I don't know who, Charlie, my dog. He definitely does not have a job. Okay. Now, if I try to say person3.secret, it's going to come back undefined. Now, you can still work with secret variables if you'd like to. For example, we can add in another method, this.get secret. That'll be a function. And return the secret. Okay, so let's try this again. Okay, so now we have our get secret method right there. And so we'll say var person 4, and we'll say new person. Okay, and we'll say Gina, that's my other dog, Mayu. And person 4, okay, we still cannot access the secret, but if we call the get secret method, then it works. Okay, so going back right here, function constructors are sort of the old way that we do classes. And classes essentially behave in the same way. We use function constructors and classes in order to create objects. Specifically, we create instances. And when we use the new keyword, as I've done right here, we say that we have instantiated. Okay, we have instantiated a new instance or instantiated a new object. So in the next video, we're going to do the same thing that we've done right here, but we're going to use the new ES6 class syntax. And in the subsequent videos, I'll show you even more advanced features with classes that are important to know. So let's take a break, and in the next video, we're going to redo the same thing, but it's going to be in ES6 class syntax. Okay, I can't wait to see you there. Bye-bye.